It's, the Mugo pine's a wonderful tree, but you got to learn how to deal with it. Sometimes they are so vigorous that most people just lose their way in it. You take a look at what we've got going on here. We've got it down so pretty much a lot of the crud on the inside of the tree is cleared out. Not all of it, but a lot of it. You can see as it is right now, there isn't much in the way of a really well-defined base. It is, as I described earlier, the beginnings of the crumb holes. It's a tree that looks like this. Well, you know, for those that love the derisive form of the word, looks more like a bush than a tree. Okay, whatever. But I see a lot of decent bonsai made out of plants or trees that are commonly called bushes. Most euonymus are bush, and I see some decent bonsai made of those. See what you can do when you cut things. See what happened here. Cut off a branch. All of a sudden we got this nice movement that comes like this. Well, it's kind of things you can do with Mugo. I just go through and look for things like that. This will probably not do anything, but I'm going to leave it for right now. This branch right here is probably not going to do anything, but I'm going to leave it for right now. I can always take it out later. I can't wish I had it back. There's some more extra garbage up in here. Needs to go. Bye-bye twigs. Bye-bye dead growth. See, this all the dead growth in this tree is because this Mops cultivar is so dense. Look at it up here. It's just, you know, it shades the light from the inside of the tree. If you don't open this up, you never get anything inside the tree. It's all shaded out. Everything is out on the ends. Now, that's not a wonderful good thing, but it's not a bad thing either. We can deal with that. And also that does the same thing up here. No light, needles die. Enough needles die, and growth dies. Here's another problem with the Mops cultivar. If you look real close at this, see if I can find one here. Yeah, you look real close at the buds. Like right here. See how many buds occupy the center of a tree. These things put out tons and tons of growth. That's why they're, you know, cultivated as a dwarf, as a bush. Okay, they mound up like this. But the trouble in doing that is you get this, and it's all done. This is not so bad from the viewpoint of a bonsai because it gives us some stuff to work with. We've got trunks to open up. Okay, so what do we do here? Because I just have it in my hand there. Things like this, we already cut that out. But things like this, these will dry out and diminish. Here's something here. We've got to open this up and get some light. Take that out. All of a sudden we got things opened up. We changed the direction in this tree. Now we got something that has some interest. You've got to do these trees kind of by the seat of your pants. It's nice movement there. That might be okay to leave for now. What do we have here? That's all right. Right below each other. That just needs to anywhere except on the floor. Here's another situation we got. And this is what they do. They put out a very strong leader. And the rest of the stuff just kind of grows around the center. So we take out that. You see all the branches that have died because that suffocated it out? I just keep going around the tree and I just remove here and there until I get it cleaned up to the point I start to see details of movement. Like that thing there gave us that. This means that this is going to go. These will dry up enough that I can either stub them into gin, or I can work them down and leave them flush. This should come out too because it's a big center grill. This is going to cause stuff to force out to the sides. Instead of having that big spike in the middle, it looks like an oil well derrick. Got the same issue here with this one. That one's coming out. So we're starting to bring it down into little trees. It's almost like having a mini forest. Too often people do trees like this one and are fearful. Well, that air conditioning cuts off, you sure hear it. They're fearful of cutting anything out of the tree. Mugos will tolerate a lot, especially if it's done evenly. Throw some wire on this and get these things around. And is it going to be a masterpiece? I don't know. Maybe someday. Point is, it's what is commonly thought of as a useless tree. As far as bonsai is concerned, being rather useful. I love these trees, they really are. I take every one I can get my hands on. Because there isn't one of them that doesn't make a halfway decent bonsai. I mean, I can't say that for every tree there is out there in the world. Stuff yet has to be cleaned up. So what do we want to keep us? I really like this. I like this branch. Every aspect of it. I like this branch for the most part because it's so heavy at the base. Whether or not to keep it all the way up to here. This can go, but I'm leaving a stub on this one. Check that out. These dry up, we can turn them into gin. So this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. Not so sure about this one, or this one, or this one. There's a big center portion that can come out. See when it starts to open that up. Same here. There's a broken branch that's got to come out. Probably broke it pulling on it. Hard to break a Mugo, but it can happen, so you have to be moderately careful with them. Now we can get some wire on this and put some shape into these branches, which is, after all, where the magic in this bonsai is going to come from, is the shaping of the branches. That one there, if you didn't notice, was coming out this way. so I had to come off. I would rather see 2 branches, no more than 3 in a location. Some of these like this, and I'll leave it for the time being to see which branch develops and what I want to do with it. Because there's no real necessity to take it now. A lot of wiring is going to be involved in this tree. This branch bothers me. So now it doesn't bother me anymore. So you got a tree within a tree. Got a tree within a tree. We still have a big major branch here. This one's got to go. That's got to go. My wife was after watching this and she said, "Are you going to leave any of it?" I've had people making jokes of my trees and showing me cutting them down to the ground and having a stub sticking up out. There's my bonsai.